Welcome to Sports Jazz. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Sports Jazz. Josh and Isaac. We are here streaming live again. And yeah, we're still on that Man United business. We see Ruud van Nistelrooy, as earlier communicated by Man United, was, uh, named the interim manager of the club until further notice. And also in the same sentence, we see news coming in is Ruben Amorim, currently Sporting Lisbon manager, is close to agreeing a deal as the Man United, as the new Manchester United manager. Josh, that is news that is very, very, very exciting, especially for fans of Ruben, and also fans that do not want the whole. Because most people were worried; they thought maybe Graham Potter is coming in. Others thought it's Southgate. Others, is it Frank Thomas Frank? So there was a lot of confusion. People were not believing. People were worried. I myself was worried, thinking maybe Southgate could slot in, because I know any time they tell him Man United will just jump in right away. But well, news coming in is Ruben Amorim is close to agreeing a deal. I've seen Ben Jacobs. I've seen Romano Fabrizio. I've seen David Einstein, all tweeting about the same thing. So, Josh, here we go very soon. Amorim, sorry, I keep calling him Amorim. Amorim joining Man United.
Yeah, it's I don't know how to take the news because it is really mixed feelings that on the other hand you've lost Eric Ten Hag, but the writing was on the wall. The results were not coming his way, much as he tried to do the things that were right in his mind. He failed to get the results, and at the end of the day, if you do not get the results, you cannot keep your job. So out he went, but on the same day, Ineos means business. Ineos means business, and it has always meant business because uh, we've not even digested the news of Eric Ten Hag being sacked at Manchester United. And quickly we get the news that Ruben Amorim is close to agreeing a deal to manage Manchester United. So you, at this point, you would like to believe that Ruud van Nistelrooy, in his interim role, he's not going to get a chance to become a permanent manager, as in um, Ineos is looking for a manager. I think they've gotten their man. I do believe that this has been in the works. They've always been looking to get the services of Amorim. At first, it was a bit tricky because they were not the they thought he would not be willing to leave mid-season, and the release clause in his contract is not yet active. But Ineos means business. Ineos wants the manager, and they are ready to pay a compensation to Sporting Lisbon to have their man, which is for me a very good thing to see, because it means the guys they brought in to change the product on the pitch are actually doing just that by getting the man they want to have for the job.
Thank you, Josh. Thank you, Josh. Yeah, I'm also very much excited. I'm very, very much excited. Once again, thank you so much for tuning in Sports Jazz. We have Josh. And yeah, as a Man United fan, you earlier checked out our stream. I was the happy one, and Josh was the sad one. Why? Because Ten Hag had been sacked, and I was jubilating because it took so long for him to be sacked. I had called him Mr. Excuses. I won 6 years. I've won these many trophies. I've won at Man United 2 trophies when we're not doing well, this and that and this and that. But again, I'm very happy. He had 128 games in charge for Man United. and out of those 128, I'm talking about Premier League games, EPL 128 games. He won 72, drew 20, and lost 36. Now, it's not very bad. It's not, the record is not so bad, but as things look right now, having just one win in over 11 European competitions with this year, I think ever since this season began, no
But
win
what
in the
you
European
see,
competition.
anyway,
uh, That has
go
raised
ahead.
marks, having only how many points, Josh? Is it 12 points? Yeah,
11 in the
11
league,
points. Yeah, in the league, 11 points out of 9 games.
7 points off top four.
And off the first person of Man City, around 12 points. So it's
Seven,
still not
yeah,
very good. It's still not
three
very good,
games.
Josh. Yeah, 3 games. So it's still not very
Anyway,
good.
just
And
we put
he had
Eric
faced
Ten
the
Hag
sack.
to bed. We have a new boy in town. He's not
Correct.
yet been confirmed, but he looks like the ideal candidate to manage Manchester United permanently. Ruben Amorim, Portuguese manager coming in from Sporting Lisbon.
Yeah. I mean, I would love you to tell me, you just talked about him, what you think about the man. Yeah, he's coming in fresh. A lot of people are speculating. Some think, because um, the EPL is built different, Josh. EPL is built different. So sometimes managers come very fast with a lot of, I would say, excitement, and they are humbled in the very, or in the calmest way possible. They are humbled. So Robin is a very good manager. He won. I was reading something about him last time. He's won a few trophies. He won the league for Braga. Also won the league for Sporting Lisbon. They won another cup. Was it last season as well
He's won 6 trophies in Portugal.
in Portugal? And he's very good. I also like his formation.
And
If you
he
see
had an
his
unbeaten
formation,
season. He had an unbeaten season too
mm,
in 21-22.
he's a very good.
He's a decent manager. He's a very good manager. You can say that he's the most exciting manager of his generation at this point, because
Mm.
the things that he has done in Europe, the things that he has done in Portugal with Sporting Lisbon, they're very impressive. I like the way that he plays
I like the
the
formation. I like his formation. His formation is very how he transforms from 3-2-5-1. I don't know whether they've watched that, and
in very many ways
the
he
striker,
plays
however,
like
drops
Eric
deep.
Ten Hag.
Just stop talking about Eric Ten Hag. Please do not compare him to.
Yeah,
Do not
but
compare him to
yeah, what I
our new
can
boy.
say, no, it's a good thing. It's a good thing that he has maybe the same philosophy with Eric Ten Hag. Execution might be another thing. Maybe he can execute better, but when he has the same ideas of how football must be played, that
Yeah,
akin to the manager that has left the club, especially after 10 after 9 Premier League games, when Ineos did the investment that they did, you would prefer a manager who is not far off uh, what what the manager who was in place wants, because then the new manager might just say that I do not want to use the players that you have, yet you've just invested a lot of money in these players. So it is a good thing that he likes to build from the back. He plays more than three formations in a
mm.
football
And
game.
he's still a
You
young
know,
manager. Still a young
yeah,
manager.
he
Very,
has
very
very
young.
interesting ideas. But for me,
Just 39 years
what
old.
I like most about his style of play might be the fact that he exploits his wings to create half spaces for people to run into. So maybe Joshua Zagzi, Amad Diallo, and Ganacho in Rashford might flourish in that manner, because then they will just be fluid up top. So yeah, we wait and hope that Amorim is the man.
Okay.
We hope that United does confirm him. And the difference, have you asked yourself why managers do not make it at Man United?
No,
There's so many
right. I
managers
think
who have come through the door
we've
at
had
Man
over eight
United.
managers, right? Ever
No,
since
eight
Fergie
might
left.
be too much, but we've had quite many. The
No, no.
eight, if you say eight, you have to count Ryan Giggs and Michael Carrick.
Yeah, of course. I am.
Yeah.
I am. I
But
am. You
anyhow,
add on Van Gaal, Moyes, Ralph, the currently formerly sacked Eric Ten Hag. You have Jose
Moyes,
Felix Mourinho.
Moyes, Van Hal, Mourinho, um, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, Ralph
Ole, and even
Ragnick,
for
and Eric
Ralph,
Ten Hag.
Eric
So
Ten.
those are
Those are
six. If you
Louis
add the
Van
other
Gaal.
two, they are
Louis
eight.
Van Gaal.
They have Moyes, Van Hal,
Okay.
Mourinho,
Okay.
Ole Gunnar Solskjaer,
Ten Hag.
Ralph Ragnick, and
Ten Hag.
Eric Ten Hag.
Those are
Then
six plus the two
maybe you just
interim.
add Ryan Giggs and Michael Carrick to make
Yeah, they
them
were.
eight.
Yeah, they are there
But
as interim managers.
yeah, but the thing is, what I was saying, what do you think that managers are swallowed up by United? I mean, guys come to Man United with a huge reputation, but they leave when they cannot manage a League One side.
And by
They
the way,
just
that
have
is
to go
true.
for a sabbatical. Yeah, why do you think that is the case?
You know why I agree with you, because we've seen managers like ever since Ole. Not that Ole anyway was, I mean, someone with a huge name apart from Norway where he came from,
No, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is the only manager I think who came with no reputation.
but you look at Mourinho. He's now in Turkey. He fell off, bro. That is. He went to Spurs. He tried. Was he in Roma? And you see how things didn't work out, and now currently in Turkey. Then you look at Louis van Gaal left. I think went briefly for the
He
national
came
team.
back and managed the national team of the
Yeah, that's what.
Netherlands, and we made it to the
Yeah,
quarterfinals of the World Cup. I mean, he was still a decent guy. He was a proper guy. But
and
the thing I'm trying
Moyes.
to tell you is that unlike the past, where
Mm,
Old Trafford swallowed up managers despite the reputation they came with,
yeah,
this time it seems to be a little different because at least Man United has a structure in place. I believe that Ineos will be able to help Ruben Amorim, if he's confirmed as our next manager, to be
mm.
able to do his job. All those managers that used to struggle at United, I believe that it is majorly because we didn't have football people around them. We just had overly commercial CEOs and
In
people like that
Woodward.
at the club, so they didn't
Mm.
really care for the product for the product on the pitch, and the manager found it very difficult to get his message across, to get the things that he wants to get done. So it became very difficult. But with Ineos hiring at least the best in class in the positions that they've put them up top, I do believe that Ruben Amorim will be able to do his job. And when he does that, he will actually flourish at United. I actually strongly felt that Eric Ten Hag was going to do better this season only because Ineos was in place.
I'm sorry to disappoint you, but it's only you who thought otherwise, Josh. And we've talked about this in our last stream. I, I, I don't want to use the word rest in peace, but maybe it's best we leave Ten Hag. I mean, I loved him, not that
Yeah,
I
but
didn't like him, but
I
he
was just
failed.
telling you, if anything, I was not talking about Ten Hag. That's what you heard, but I was talking about Ineos. You see, the fact that Ineos is there and they've created this structure, and it's the
Yeah.
first time that it is at the club, I just
Mm.
believe that a manager as good as Eric was going to be able to what? To turn things around. I mean, they're switching a little bit. They're learning how to work with each other and things like that. But I always thought that he would get the best from that situation. But he was sacked. He's no more. But I do believe that Ineos
Very,
will
very
help.
unfortunate.
will help Ruben Amorim flourish at United.
That is Josh for you with Ruben Amorim. Josh, I still wanted us to look at, earlier today he was asked about what he thought him joining Man United, and he laughed it off. He laughed it off. It's not, it's not until recently when news still by courtesy of
But he said so much. He said so much without saying anything.
why him laughing
No, he
and
laughed,
blushing
but
off.
he said he will not make a comment because when he does, that means that he
You
will
know, he.
keep making more. Then
Mm,
he also said that he loves to be the coach of Sporting Lisbon.
news coming
That's
in,
it.
Josh, is Ruben Amorim has agreed in principle to take over as Man United manager. Now it's down to United and Sporting Lisbon to agree a compensation. Well, that's another step forward. That's
Yeah,
very good news. I'm very happy. Young manager. And yeah, the comment section, we see Nelson. Nelson, you're back. You're back. Good to have you. Good to have you. Very, very good to have you. Then I
hey Nelson.
see High Studios. I can't wait for Amorim. Why do I keep even calling him Amorim? It's Amorim. I can't wait for Amorim if he
Me
becomes our
too,
coach.
me too. Me too. I
Josh,
can't wait for Amorim.
no, you're being sarcastic, Josh.
Why
You're
do you
happy?
think so? Yes.
Yeah, you almost punched me through the screen a few hours ago while we were
No,
talking about
what you
this.
don't understand
Sinan
their
is my
decision.
witness. Sinan
No,
is my witness.
Isaac, Isaac,
Yeah.
what you must appreciate is their decisions beyond me as a football fan. Even if I like things to go a certain way, but I'm not going to change the club that I support because the board members at the club have made a decision. So what do? I look for the next best thing, and for me, Amorim is just the perfect guy that I would have loved to manage Man United. So it does not take away anything from Eric Ten Hag, or it does not take away anything from the work that he did or the way that I viewed him. But he's gone. He has been sacked. As in, I am not going to
Well,
cry over spilled milk.
no,
So I
well, I'm
mean,
happy. I'm happy
I'm
that you're
happy
saying
for
that, Josh.
Amorim. I would love Amorim. I'm so glad that it's not the likes of your guys of Thomas Frank, Sijui, Graham Potter, as in, oh God,
It's only Josh. It's
oh
only you who
God.
made a. It's you who made a fuss about those,
You
about
were
South
talking about
Graham
Thomas
Potter.
Frank
No, Josh. I was
the
talking
whole
about
afternoon.
managers potentially available. That
How do you even have him in a list to manage Man United?
well, you appointed David Moyes at some point.
And this is what 20 years later, make the same
Yeah.
mistake. Make the same
When
mistake and hope that it turns
2013,
out better.
2014, is it? You
Ruben
appointed Moyes.
Amorim, 39-year-old.
J Tude says we upload Ineos. We have to
Yeah,
upload
yeah, we
Ineos.
do.
Finally behaving like a top club.
Top, top,
Here
top,
we
top,
go. Very soon. And Sinan says, hey, 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 Sinan, you missed Josh ranting here. You missed Josh. He was ranting. He was crying like a baby. And Ziad, well, I'm happy that Ziad is saying, he's giving those positive vibes. He says, Ineos are not messing around. Money is not an issue. They really mean business. I am so happy that we're getting
yeah, they
Ruben
do mean
Amorim.
business. As in, by the way, uh that is the thing that I like the most about what is going on at Man United,
Mm,
because the fact that we have that structure of those people, and those
yeah,
people are actually showing us that they mean for Man United to have their way. Actually,
yeah.
they are willing to pay a compensation fee other than wait for a manager who is
At the end of the
free,
season.
who is free, a free agent. Like Graham Potter doesn't have a job, so we can get that one.
Well, I'm
They
so
are
happy they
waiting and
skipped
they're
him.
getting the right manager because that's the manager they've chosen. And if you remember, Sir Dave Brailsford was tasked with formulating some sort of ethos that would inspire a game model for Ineos. So I believe that they've gone back to the game model that they would want their club to be with, and they've chosen Amorim for it. And for me, I believe Amorim is just the right manager, because I was very scared of firing Eric Ten Hag, and we get mediocre managers who are going to change everything that he has
Mention the
tried to do.
names, and we get managers like Southgate, Thomas
Yeah,
Frank.
yeah, like Graham Potter, like Thomas Frank. Not that they're bad managers, but they do understand football differently. But
Mm.
Amorim is very close to Eric Ten Hag and the philosophy that at least he shares the philosophy that Eric Ten Hag shared.
Well, at least you agree, and we're happy. We see still Ziad says, wonder where Ten Hag goes now. Well, you have to ask Josh. Josh has
Yo,
to tell us where Ten Hag goes. Top choice
yo,
was Nagelsmann, but second
sabbatical.
favorite was Amorim. That's
No way.
J Tood or J United. Then Sinan says 10 Josh Hack.
No, yo,
Again.
I'm Amorim now, yo.
And Ziad says can see him
Oh
at Dortmund.
yeah, yeah. Oh, and definitely he will win something there,
Why would you say he will win something, Josh?
because he will be the most experienced manager in the league. Company being at Bayern doesn't get him the edge over an experienced manager in a league that has a culture. Because Dortmund is a very cultural club. They just bottle it every time, but at least
By the
things are right.
They are very good bottlers when you talk about bottling. Very, 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 very good bottlers.
Yeah,
Uh,
you can't get your money from the bank on Dortmund, even if it's 4-0 up in a football game.
yeah,
You
you
can't
can.
put your money on Dortmund in a football game, even if they have 4 goals and it's 20 minutes left,
In other
because
words, United had become the new Dortmund, by the way.
no, United
Yeah.
couldn't score 4 goals.
Well, at least we would score goals at some point and have, have us still
Why
trading.
are you crying over spilt milk?
No, I'm not. I'm just
Move on,
saying things
move
the way
on.
they are. We've
Move
moved on,
on.
Josh.
Ruben
We've moved
Amorim
on.
is here, and it's
Okay.
unfortunate that Ruud van Nistelrooy would not even have a chance
Oh no, no, no,
take
no,
on.
Josh! I told you, birds of a feather. I'm so happy that Nestroy. I mean, he has a
Uh,
game. He has a game to prove himself. Although he still won't be staying. That is managing United midweek this week, and also he's going
the
to manage
Chelsea
Leicester
game,
City. No, I think he's
Leicester,
going to
then the
manage
Chelsea game.
Leicester. You think he'll still be in charge of the Chelsea game?
Yeah, 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 yeah. Because Amorim, the football that Amorim wants to play is very intricate.
Mm,
It's so detailed that he will have to wait until November.
okay.
That international break. I
Yeah.
think the international break would help him to have one or two things to do with the players who will remain at Carrington. But right now, it is just too soon. When you have a manager like, say, Southgate, it might be easier for him to come and go straight into the game, because he has a game plan. He has a way that he wants the three players to remain here and these ones to do that and that. So it's not too much. It's not difficult to understand. You don't need levels of fitness to pull it off.
Well, still on Amrim, Josh, how Amrim sets up, we see goalkeeper and CBs need to be good on the ball, build up and ball playing. Uh, the fullbacks, in other words, usually it's in his when he's playing, his fullbacks sometimes tend to go and turn out to be LCBs, and in the same sentence, uh, defensive left wingers, because he pushes up front, just like the way you were saying. And the right back must be technical. A few things that I'm reading about him. I mean, it's not so bad. I mean, I'm seeing a lot of positives about him,
Yeah, yeah,
things that
yeah, yeah.
would help the team, things that would help us score.
he's a manager who is a manager who can utilize the players that are at the club. I
Yeah,
like the fact that he exploits wings. He uses wingers in his football. He
a lot.
attacks centrally. He attacks centrally. He has already managed Manuel Ugarte. He
Yeah,
managed
by
Manuel
at
Ugarte.
Sporting
He
Lisbon,
bought
that's very
Manuel
good.
Ugarte. You understand that Sporting Lisbon. So
Yeah.
I mean, he attacks centrally. He brought him to replace Yao Paulinha when Paulinha was injured. So I
Mm.
mean, it's a good thing. It's a good thing. He attacks centrally. He has Ericsson. He has Kobe Mainu. He has Casemiro. He has Ugarte. So that's he has something to start with. So he can add one or two players. Then the wingers, Rashford, Ganacho, Amad Diallo, they have a lot of pace, and he's a guy who wants to use the pace. I mean,
I, I don't know if
they
he's going to
might just
use.
flourish.
I don't know if he's going to use Casemiro a lot. I don't know if he's going to use him from what I've been reading about him. But yeah, Ogate is his
But
man.
Casemiro is a very decent footballer, and
Yeah,
I
he's a
mean,
decent player, Josh.
I
But
don't understand. I don't understand why you wouldn't want to use him if the player is fit. For me, I believe that there are things that managers don't tell us. Even if you see a player on the bench, sometimes the player is not the fittest player. Maybe the levels of fitness are not at the standard that he would want, but he's good enough to be thrown into a game. So I don't really. I don't really have a problem with
but anyway,
Casemiro
all
playing. If
all
the
in
players
all,
are fit, play them.
I'm happy that I'm happy if United seal the deal to get Ruben Amorim. I mean, as you said
We're going to
earlier,
seal.
he
We're going
won
to seal it.
first season. He
Ineos has
delivered.
not played games.
Josh, in first season for Sporting Lisbon, he delivered the title in 19 years and also won a domestic cup. You know, 2021 season finished second in the league and claimed another domestic cup. 2022-23, disappointing. Why I say disappointing? He finished fourth. He finished fourth, Josh. And 2023-24, which is last season, finished at the top
You,
of the league
I
again,
hope. I hope you
and
know the contest.
currently also still seated at the top of the league as Sporting Lisbon manager. Again, 39 years old. I think he's vibrant. I would love. That's what I was talking about earlier. I mean, no disrespect to all the managers, but 15, rather 50 plus and go on. I mean, it's time to lay off. It's just like the rap game, Josh. When these young cats come on, of course you have to pay homage and all that, but it's time to. I mean, these old managers sometimes they run out of tactics. I'm looking at Jose Mourinho. I saw him play. I'll be honest. We played a poor Jose Mourinho last week, and he managed to get a point from us. That was very embarrassing. Very, very embarrassing to me as a Man United fan. We played a mid FC 20, a mid FC 20 equalized.
I shall not
We threw
indulge in.
away FC
I shall
Porto.
not indulge in such conversation anymore, because for me, my manager is Ruben Amorim. He's just not been confirmed yet, but I know that my manager is Ruben Amorim, and I will
Yeah.
back the manager. I like the manager. I love that he's the one that we've chosen.
Mm.
Shout outs to Ziad and Nick Fadley. They kept peddling his name every now and then.
But
Yes,
Ziad was talking so much about Thomas Frank. At one point, he
no,
even said he's okay with Thomas Frank taking over the reins.
Ziad just lost it, and he brought Thomas Frank into the picture. But earlier on, he was on point. He was talking
Yeah.
about Amorim, and Nick Fadley was also peddling the name of Amorim. But Amorim, to me, he's a very good manager, and he fits like a glove into what Eric Ten Hag was trying to build. He can
Okay.
continue with it. He cannot disrupt it.
So, in other words, you're more than happy, very much
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
contented
yeah.
that we
Yeah,
have Amorim.
I'm more than happy. I'm more than happy.
You know why I say he's a very good manager? Let's first go into Nelson. Nelson says Nelson says, I think Nelson says, I think both the fitness coaches and medical staff should be laid off too. These are departments letting down the club. I agree with you, especially the the fitness coaches. I don't know what's happening, man. Players are getting injured a lot. A
For me
lot.
so far, for me
They
so
keep on
far that
getting injured, and it's not a good thing, Josh.
For me, so far, the guy that I really worry about is this guy that we have at the club. I agree with Nelson, but I don't believe our set piece coach is special in any way.
Okay.
I don't believe that guy is special in any way because I've not seen anything that he has done that would say that you have a set piece coach. I mean, people are just hitting balls in the box for someone to head.
Nelson says he likes the way you switch off from Eric to he's heartbroken. He's still
No,
heartbroken.
I'm
You saw
not.
what
I'm
happened
not.
earlier.
I'm not. I'm not.
Harrison,
I
you
mean,
saw.
yo, Nelson. As in, I told you, I'm a Man United fan. I mean, if it had been, say, Thomas Frank, I wouldn't even have come tonight.
But yo, uh, I think Amorim is a good manager because we've seen clubs. There is rumor that Liverpool was at one point wanted to get him to replace Jurgen Klopp.
Yeah,
There
they
is
did.
rumor
Not
that
at
he's
one
also
point
one person
before.
who was being looked at by Man City to replace Pep Guardiola in case he doesn't renew his contract. And I mean, there is also a spot. I don't know. I'm forgetting the name and the role. Someone from I think from the technical department of Sporting Lisbon leaving at the end of this season from Sporting Lisbon to join Man City. I don't know who that is. I'm going to look it up. I'm going to look it up. So, I mean, if you have teams like Liverpool, you have teams like Man City looking at you.
Ah,
What,
you
Josh? What?
guy.
Josh, what?
We are bigger than those teams. I don't know why you keep talking about teams like Liverpool, teams like we are
You
bigger
used
than
to be.
those
You
teams.
used to be bigger than. You
No, no,
used
no,
to
no,
be.
no,
You used
no.
to be.
No, you see what I told you earlier that Ineos must go and get the manager that they want. They must get the best in class in their estimation. You cannot tell me that we can't get Guardiola, we can't get Ateta, we can't get. That was my list, but then Ineos has its list, and they must get the person that they want to manage their football club. You can't tell me that you get Thomas Frank because he was easy. You get Graham Potter because he doesn't have a job. You get Gareth Southgate because he's a free agent.
Are you
Not
just
that the
hating?
managers are bad, but I mean, get the guy that you want. If Ineos wanted Thomas Frank and they went hard on and got Thomas Frank, it would be okay. But no problem. Get the Thomas Frank that you want in. But then, if you're getting the worst of the managers because they're available, then you're not doing a very good job at the club.
Josh, another one about Sporting Lisbon have won all 9 league games this season under Ruben Amorim with a goal difference of 28. What the fuck?
I
Well,
know.
I know. It's not good to reflect back, but currently United's goal difference is -3 with 11 points after 9 league games. But just say we shouldn't speak about Eric Ten Hag. He's done with his manager. United fired the best manager in the world. So we are going to move on. Heights says Amorim was waiting for United. Heights,
True.
Heights, Heights.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Tochikuranyo,
He
Heights.
was waiting. Yeah, he
Ziwa.
was waiting. He was waiting for United. He was he was very interested in the offer of United because when you're doing that well at Sporting Lisbon, you
What do
could
you mean
say
he was
that
waiting for United?
he was waiting for United. I mean, you've just mentioned a couple of small clubs that were interested in him before, and he didn't sign for them. Then a big club came and they can't
Liverpool and
sell
Man
him.
City.
Very
Josh,
small clubs. Then a bigger club came and oh god, no, no, no,
Emmanuel
no. That
says,
was
what about Zizou? Well, I don't think Zizou. If there's any other
Zizo.
team that Zizou can go to right now, is Real Madrid. Point blank.
Zizo,
Period.
Zizo
I
is
mean,
not
PSG called him, he
interested.
turned them down. The
Zizou
French
is not
national team at
interested
one
in
point,
managing.
yeah, I think he's done it all, won it all. And that's why I'm saying if there's any team that would call him now and he goes right back to managing is Real Madrid, just like how it was last time. They got him out of retirement. But well, the whole but I had Nagelsmann for me. I had Julian Nagelsmann. I also think is a very exciting young manager. But our whole concentration is on Ruben Amorim, who is rumored to be very close to agreeing to a deal, joining Man United. I see Fabrizio was talking about it. Uh, Fabrizio was talking about it. We saw Einstein talking about it. Ben Jacobs. I mean, well, thank you so much for tuning in, everyone. Please do subscribe. Subscribe, Josh and Isaac. We are here. Josh, you have to tell people to subscribe. Subscribe and turn on the notifications. And Josh, let's keep going.
Sports Jazz. Subscribe, subscribe, and you will get yourself Amorim.
Yeah, Josh, as you said earlier, I see news is still coming in. Talks between the clubs are ongoing, and it largely depends on Sporting Lisbon at this point. Originally, Amorim intended to move next summer when his release clause in the mid eight figure range would apply. Amorim is now the leading candidate for Man United. The first concrete talks took place a few weeks ago, as revealed. Josh, you
Yeah.
also rubbished this at some point. You
No, I
said
didn't.
media.
No, 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 no,
I
no, no.
mentioned three players. I
No,
mentioned
you're
Xavi
Chavi.
Hernandez.
No,
I
no, no.
mentioned Amorim.
Chavi, the
Sorry, three
moment you brought
managers.
in the Zidane, Chavi, what
No, I didn't talk about
rubbish,
Zidane. I didn't
absolute
talk about
rubbish.
Zidane. I didn't talk about Zidane.
The Amorim bite, I believed. The Amorim bite, I believed. But these other guys of yours, no way.
Sinan says, I love the way Josh cried for Ten Hag. In just a minute, he's celebrating the new relationship with Amorim.
Yeah, Amorim is my new manager, so I mean,
I think
I
Amorim is
agree
the man.
with you, Ndebede.
I think Amorim is the man for the job. Well, let's wait
Yeah,
and see.
man for the job is the man for the job.
I
I
like how
like
you
that
switched up so
not.
fast.
I like that not so much will be
if, if someone watched the
disrupted.
stream that just ended 4 or 5 hours ago, he would not believe that this is the Josh.
Why? I mean, I told you I'm a Manchester United fan. I'm not a Eric Ten Hag fan. I mean, I'm not going to go to his place and support him from there. I
Mm.
only knew him because he's a football manager, and I liked him from where he was. He's a Dutchman. Then he came to Man United, and I like the fact that he's the manager that we chose. But
Well,
I do
subscribe,
believe that
guys.
for the first time at Manchester United, we are going to have a manager who will actually do something better than the previous managers because of the presence of Ineos.
I'm just happy that he's still a young manager. So his ideas, uh, the urge, and I watched a game that I watched their game last week. He's very good in transition, Josh. 9 games, all won, 30 goals scored. Only 2 goals considered. His defensive, how he arranges his defenders. As you said, he likes using wing backs to attack, then fall back, defend collectively as a unit. I can't wait to see what he's cooking. I cannot wait to see what he's doing for Man United.
You can argue that maybe Ineos in very many ways have done certain things that maybe secretive. You can argue that Manuel Ugarte was forced onto Man United at that time because they knew that Amorim would come. Now leave Manuel Ugarte out, take Manuel Ugarte out of the picture.
Pascal, yeah, Ten Hag is very bad. I'm also very
This
happy.
is a
Super,
guy who
super happy.
likes this is a guy who likes to play a three at the back, and the three center backs are there at United today. I mean, you can play Delict, you can play Lisandro Martinez and Lenny Yoro in your back three.
Well, and by the way, Martinez is doing so good as a fullback. Of course, I know he can play as a fullback. He can play as a CDM, but originally a
What
CB
better way to utilize him as a left-sided center back
under
in a
Amarim.
back
Yeah.
three?
By the way,
Then
Josh, remember?
You have Mazraoui and Dalo play high up the pitch as wing backs. then you have the front three of very good runners. Then it
Mm.
will be up to the midfield to do its job, to make sure that the team ticks.
Yeah, Josh. But what did I want? Let me first read Sinan very quickly. So Isaac, it's like it or not, United is still a very big, still a big team despite its current situation. If it's in the struggling, if in its struggling time, yeah, if it's in its struggling time, Arsenal has achieved nothing, man. So what are you talking about? Sinan, I don't know why you're dragging in Arsenal. I don't know why you're dragging in Arsenal. Please, let's not. You want to wake
No,
up
it's
someone who
among the
is
small
sleeping.
clubs. So
Sinan, you see, you want to wake up someone who was trying to argue with me earlier on. Guys, please do subscribe. Subscribe. Pascal says Ruben is the best. I do agree 100%. Yo, Josh, do you remember? Was it the first game, Champions League game? I told you to look for a guy called Victor Jorakes. I don't know if that's the right pronunciation. Or Jorakes. He's Swedish.
yeah, yeah, Jirokes.
Yeah,
Jirokes.
very, very. At one point, it
The
was rumored to be
striker
joining
at
Barcelona.
Sporting
The striker.
Lisbon.
Oh my God, I love him. He's very
Yeah,
good.
yeah, yeah,
I think
yeah.
he's better than the current strikers we have at Man
Actually,
United.
as of course, of course. Do you know how
He's
old he is? Just look him
who?
up there for his age real quick.
He's 26. He's 26, Josh.
Yeah. So he has the experience. It is better than Rasmus Hoyland and Joshua Zagzi.
And currently he has 12 goals. 12 goals
Yeah,
in
but
La Liga.
Arsenal,
Of course,
Arsenal was
Portugal's.
rumored. Arsenal
Even
was
Barcelona at
rumored
one
to
point.
be. Arsenal was rumored to be interested in Gekore, that Jokores.
Yeah, Jokeres, Victor Jokeres.
You guys, forgive me if I butcher the guy's name, but yeah, Jokeres. If Arsenal was rumored to be interested in Jokeres, but at some point, I never believed that it would ever happen because Mikel Arteta is not a guy who plays a striker like that, though he would actually have done a good job for
A
them, but
very fantastic job.
he
Better
prefers a
than
different type of striker. So I didn't see it
Josh,
coming.
assuming Ruben Amorim joins Man United, where does this leave players like Anthony? I know, by the way, he's one of the players right now that should be worried. I don't know.
No.
Maybe by the you'll be surprised.
Why?
He might
Why do you
join
say that? Why do you say
just
that?
because he has been
Why would
poor.
he be worried?
I don't mean to be disrespectful. He has been poor, Josh. He has been poor.
Yes,
One
but
trick
if you're
pony
poor
guy.
at a club, whether Eric Ten Hag remains or he leaves, you leave the club.
Listen, this is what I was
Forget.
saying. Maybe he may be revived under Amorim. Maybe.
He's fortunate that. Oh, sorry, not fortunate. But he's injured at the moment, so he'll
Yeah,
be
he
out
is.
for a while before he can find a new manager. But for me, I don't have a problem with Amorim and any of the players at the club because I think Ineos didn't buy the players for Eric Ten Hag. Ineos bought the players for their game model.
Mm.
Yes.
Anyway, yeah, his best Amorim's best formation is a 4-3, 3-4-3. Sorry, 3-4-3. You know,
He plays a 3-4-3, but he also plays a 4-1-2, 3-5. When
mm.
we are attacking, he has five players up front. Just like a Dutch manager, they like to have numerical advantage, numerical superiority
At
in
one point, it's
attack.
usually 1-5-2-3. Mm.
Yes, yes, they do all those sort of things, but they're interesting to see in game situations because at least that's a guy who is thinking on his feet, is trying to find solutions and better ways for him to win a game. So I'm really excited that that's the guy that we have.
Originally, he was, as per what I'm reading, he was intended to join Man United next summer. But
Yes,
with what has been happening, I think they try to expedite the whole process. And United are ready to pay the 10 million euro release clause to Sporting Lisbon. And but just that's a lot of money. Remember, they also have to pay off Eric Ten Hag 17
the
million
money is
pounds.
not yours. The money is not yours. All you
I'm
do as
just
a
saying
fan
that
is
is a
to
lot of
enjoy.
money. I'm
No, is
just
to
saying,
enjoy
Josh.
football. I don't know. You're very concerned about the money, but I don't see United giving you dividends at the end of the year. So I mean, you should not worry
You
about
don't have
that. United is a big club. United is a rich club. They'll
You don't have
find
to go hard.
solutions. They'll find
You don't have.
solutions. They'll find solutions to give you the best part of the product that you want, which is a very attractive football on the pitch. So if they're spending a few bucks to give you that, I mean, let them spend the money and get you into the right places. Because today you talk about, you boast about how Man City has a very deep squad and the quality in their squad and ABCD and stuff like that. But Man City, before all these rules came in, was just buying anyone and everyone who was the best on the market.
Mm,
Now they've gotten to the point where they can just buy one player for 100 million pounds or two players for, say, 220 million pounds. But we
yeah.
are not at that stage. So I mean, we have to get the players in. You see that the players that we bought, the age they are at is not a bad age. So you can slowly add in a few marquee players, and United will be strong again.
Well, I'm happy that you're saying that, Josh, because I want to show you something here real quick. I want to show you something about there's a manager. There's a sorry. There's a journalist. I think he's. I think he's. I don't know. He's Norway. I'm not so sure, or Swedish. But he did say something about Amorim that has triggered Man United fans on social media, and
Yeah,
they're trying to have him for breakfast. Majority of them are complaining. I don't know. Maybe, hopefully,
let's
I
have
see
a
it. But
share. Let's have a share.
I'm trying. I'm trying to get it. But it's, it looks like
What's he
it's.
saying though? What's he saying though?
He's talking about. He says Ruben Amorim, who is apparently very linked to Man United, the same guy who was so desperate to get the West Ham job some months ago that he left his team when they were chasing for the title, then flew to London. And Manchester and Man United fans, he hasn't signed for you yet, so you don't have to defend him yet for being so desperate to get United. Then he adds
But
West Ham United.
yeah, but I don't understand what is talking about. I mean, would you, if you're a manager at Sporting Lisbon and there's okay, sorry, let's say your regular job, if you're
Mm,
working at plant A and an offer comes at plant B, and you think that the offer at plant B is better than the one you have at plant A, wouldn't you do anything? Wouldn't you do everything in your power to see that you qualify to get the job at plant B? I mean, there's nothing wrong with him wanting to have gone to West Ham. West Ham would have gotten a decent manager.
that is him. Yeah, that's the tweet. You see what he tweeted approximately an hour ago, and it's been causing a lot of there's a lot of backlash from Man United. I don't want to show the comments. Some are a bit very uh
Yeah.
you see. So
No,
I
we get
mean,
the point. We get the point.
he goes on to say, by the look of the angry tweets, my point is so solid. My point is solid. Amorim is a great manager, but it is also the fact that he wanted another job a few months ago. That's our business, and if he signs for Man United, good for him. Still one of the best jobs around. I
Yeah,
don't
but
see
he didn't
anything
get the
wrong.
job. He didn't
Exactly,
get
that's
the
I
job.
don't see
So
anything
you
wrong with someone rooting for something else.
exactly.
I
And
find that very, very weird.
another thing though, as in he didn't get the job for one reason or another. Probably he reached and um, you don't know what happened in the negotiations with West Ham,
Exactly.
but it's all
So
good though.
I don't see why they're attacking him because after all, that's his opinion. But he's a Man United. By the way, he's a very he's an Ole guy. He's an Ole guy. On top of that, uh
We
he
wasted
liked
3 years under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer.
he liked Ten Hag. There's there's a clip of yeah, I think I have it. Being he was being asked. Let me get it for you, Josh. He was being asked about Amorim was being asked about Man United, and he just laughed it off. Let me try to see if I can get it. Oh man, I don't think I can get it, but it's amazing. They asked him in an interview what he thought about joining Man United, and he just laughed it off. he didn't say anything anyway. He didn't really respond.
Yeah, but
But
he had earlier maybe said something because there is one he said that I knew this question was coming.
mm,
He started as soon as they asked him, is like, I knew this question was coming.
well,
So I mean, he
it,
knows,
it,
he
it
knows what's
reminds me
going
that
on.
time when Ten Hag was still towards the end of the season, the end of Ajax season, he was asked the same thing, and he also said the same thing. He tried to say,
Yeah,
"Currently, I'm concentrated on Man United."
and the guy just went on. He concluded
Sorry,
by
on
saying that
Ajax. Mm.
I'm happy to be a Sporting Lisbon coach. As in, he didn't do one of those things where you dwell on it and talk about the history and what. And no, he just said, I'm happy to be a Sporting Lisbon coach.
That's him, Josh. That's him.
Yeah. I like it because he's fair most of the times. I know that there's a lot
Just as a fan of the game,
for me.
the elation from the home support and then the delay, and then obviously the decision. How does it make you feel just as a fan of the game?
I like it because he's fair most of the time. I know.
I mean, it's a good one. Uh, and he also speaks English, by the way. Yeah, he's very good at that. There's one that I was looking for when he was asked about Man United, but I don't think we are going to get it. Yeah, but Josh, let's continue. Let's continue about Amorim. Um, United are one of
He's
the
the
seven
best
clubs.
manager we could have gotten under the circumstances. We don't
United,
need to have a guy who is going to give us corner kicks at Thomas Frank. At he has a guy who throws the ball and is good at it. And no, 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 no. At
you're
every
very.
corner is a goal. No, no, no. Those are facets of the game that we want to add into what you have, not the main dish.
Mm. But I mean, the fact that Real Madrid, Barcelona, Bayern Munich, Liverpool, City, even Juventus at one point wanted him, it shows how much, rather, it shows how good he is. And if Ineos can seal this deal permanently, get him. I don't care whether he's joining at the end of the season or joining now. It will be great because I'm worried about him joining now because I mean
He's
it's
going to
it's a bit
join now.
roughed up, it's a bit
No, no,
messed.
no, no. His stock is really high, but the same thing to do. We're going for an international break, okay? So
Yeah.
what
So you
happens
think he
is
could use that? Mm,
yeah, what happens is he comes in and sticks around. Ruud van Nistelrooy plays the game against Chelsea, Leicester Chelsea. Then we have a break. Then Amorim can have his time. Then maybe excuse me, maybe come back later. And believe you me, he's going to do well because the players have at least been training almost the same way.
mm.
It is just the execution that will be different. I was very worried to have a guy who is going to come and tell you, I can't play because Calvin Phillips is injured.
Just stop your. You like
I
throwing
mean,
stones.
you have Kobe Mino, and then you say that you don't have a midfielder.
Anyway, we see earlier on this month, Bruno Fernandes was asked about Amorim, and he said, since Mr. Amorim arrived at Sporting, it has been one of the best teams, rather, yeah, the best teams to play, the best football. They have been consistent. The signings have been right, and they're in a very good moment. It's very well prepared. It's a very well prepared team. I mean, that also works for remember, he's Portuguese. So if he comes in, people were saying Bruno Fernandes might have a rough one with the incoming manager. It doesn't look that way. It
But
doesn't look that way,
I
Josh.
don't know. I don't know what's wrong with some people. That's your best player, and by a
But
mile, by a
by a
mile.
mile, people haven't realized. I mean, I know
And
he messes up at
he's
times.
been your best player by a mile since he came into the club. The whatever the bad patch that he has only had it for this short period of time at the club.
Well, I'm trying to read something here about Bruno Fernandes, but he has very incredible stats for Man United. And as I said in the other stream, for everyone that watched the game over the weekend against West Ham, yo, Fernandez could have had 3 or 4 assists. If all those goals of if all those chances had been converted in, Fernandez would have had 4 or 5 assists. So fans that are bashing Bruno Fernandez saying he should also leave, I don't think
But
it's
they're
fair.
Arsenal fans.
No, 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 Josh. I know some Man United fans that keep saying that.
Ah, how high are they?
Seriously. Se- no, they're not high, Josh. They're not high.
They're
They're not
high.
high.
They're high.
No, but I because
On
Fernandez,
the wrong stuff too.
30 years old, Josh. Yeah, currently, of course, at Man United. This is he would be playing. I think this is his 6th season at the club.
Who? Who?
Fernandez.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
5 or 6.
came under Ole. He came under Ole.
And Ole was 3. Yeah, yeah. This is like sixth.
Yeah, 6th season. He's played 244 matches and scored 78 goals. Just this doesn't include assists. 78 goals, Josh. It's incredible. I mean, for anyone who's trying to brush off Fernandez, I mean, it will be unfair for them. I mean, it will be unfair for anyone to try to brush off Fernandez. But yeah, Josh, I'm happy with the news that Amorim is coming. I'm happy that
Ruben Amorim.
I'm happy that
Sinan. Just call me Amorim.
no, you already have your name, Josh. He can't be calling you that. He says Amorim did not sign a life contract with any team. Yeah, but I'm happy. I'm happy if this deal goes through, and it's very good that Ineos is stepping up so fast. They're not wasting time. Fire Ten Hag, bring in Amorim, brilliant manager. He looks ready. He looks hungry. If you
Yeah,
see,
but Ineos should do much more than just bringing in Amorim. They should
mm,
make sure that Old Trafford does not swallow up another good talent, because we've seen that Old Trafford has swallowed up a couple of managers every now and then. So we really need
I agree
to
with you on that. I
Ineos
agree with
needs to
you.
make sure that they provide a conducive environment for this manager to flourish, because the manager has the tools to do so. And for me, I am not one of those fans who is going to think that the manager should leave the club because he has told off a player who is in discipline. If a player is in discipline, believe you me, just bounce that guy out of the dressing room, so we can have players who are ready to play and ready to
But
go.
Nelson earlier on said in the comment section that I mean the technical staff, everyone that has been, even the medical guys behind or helping Ten Hag should also leave. Josh, if there's anyone that is supposed to leave, it's whoever is in the medical department. I do not understand what they are doing at Man United. I don't know whether it's the coaching. Something is not right, Josh. Players get injured right now and then, right, left, right, center,
But
left,
this
right,
season
center.
is better. This season is better than last season.
Yeah, it's better, but we still have very many players injured. We have
No, we don't. We don't from this season. You see, at least right
okay,
now
very
when
many
the
players
players,
out.
yeah, when the
I
players
know
are
Lenny
out,
Euro is back. Malasia is back also on the grass. Toilet Paper Bones, aka Luke Shaw, not yet. I don't know whether he's even, I mean, I'm not even interested in him. But I mean, someone heads should roll. Sorry, heads should roll in the medical
yeah,
department.
but what I'm trying to say is, right now, when you have when you see the injuries that we do have, you can say that they are the same injuries from all over Europe, which
Mm.
is the Euro tournament that the guys played and stuff like that. Like Kobe Mainu, for me, Kobe Mainu, the injury was coming. You would see that. Since the season started, he was not ready to play football. He had not had a preseason, and he was very slow. You could see that he was a game or two away from getting injured.
Well,
So
yeah.
at
Once
least
again,
it's maybe the accumulation of games right now. The other time, even players who were not last season, even players who were not playing on match day kept getting injured.
you mean last? It was horrible. So I've actually heard that if Amarim joins United, 10 is replacing him. What do you mean, Josh? Sorry,
Like Ten Hag to replace him at Sporting.
at Sport. No, no, I don't think anyone would want that dull football. At no disrespect to all Ten Hag fans, I don't think anyone would want to downgrade from Amorim. I don't know anyway. I don't know their replacements, but anyway, not true. I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think. Josh, you
Why
think
would it
so?
be? No, I don't have word of it, but it is very possible because before you
You know.
got Ten Hag at United, he was a guy of reputation.
Mm,
This guy managed the football team and in the Champions League, and when Ajax fell to Spurs after they scored that late goal, the players were crestfallen, and when they hit the deck, they were in a formation. Can you imagine players in a formation when they are crying on the floor? But
right.
United happened, it swallowed him up, and yeah, he has to pick himself up. But he'll be fine. He'll be fine.
He'll be
This
fine. He will be fine. I know he was passionate about Man United. He didn't want to get fired. He didn't want to leave. But yeah, he'll be fine. I just can't wait for the 3-4-3 from David Amorim. I mean,
Do you know what you're going to say the first time
with
that
three mobile defenders. I can't
do you
wait
know
for
the
that for
first time
Diamond
that we
4-3-4.
concede when we are playing
Sorry,
three at
three
the
four three.
back? You know what you're going to say? The
No.
same rubbish you guys used to tell me when Louis van Gaal was at United.
Oh, please
Why
do
are
not,
we playing
Josh.
like
Do
that?
not, do
In
not,
the
do not talk
Premier
about
League, you
Van Gaal.
can't play three at the
Do
back.
not talk about Van
Actually,
Gaal, Josh.
one of my guys suggested that Van Gaal should just play a 4-4-2. I'm like, dude, in what age?
No, please don't talk about Van Gaal. He's one of the people that depressed me.
Yeah, that's my
Uh,
Sinan. That's it. That's it.
bro, you move on
Amorim
so
Josh,
quick.
I'm the
From
guy.
from 10 Josh Hag to Amorim Josh. You move on so quick.
Yes.
But anyway, I can't wait to see that back three, that diamond 3-4-3 at United with three. I mean, with the back three in defense and in the build up, because I know he wants the central, the build up. He wants the central center back. Sorry, the central center back to move up in the midfield. Man, there's a lot I've been reading. I've watched a few clips. Then I remember the game where Victor scored, where I told you, bro, there's a guy in Sporting Lisbon. I think is amazing. So all in all, am I happy that United have gone for the manager for Ruben Amorim? I'm very, very much happy. Do I think if he joins Man United, if Ineos manages to close the deal, he might turn out a very great deal at Man United? Yes, he will if he gets the right players. If he's also backed, because I mean Ten Hag was really backed, 616 million pounds for a manager.
Rubbish. Rubbish.
616 million pounds
Rubbish.
was
Rubbish.
given to Ten
Why?
Hag,
By the way,
but
let me just
a
correct you.
point
Okay.
reached when he was
Let
not
me,
even trust. You know, Ten Hag didn't even trust his own players. That's how bad it was. I mean, when I say his
Isaac,
own
can I,
players, players that he bought, he didn't
Isaac,
trust players that he bought that he had to bench
Isaac,
them.
allow me,
We've seen
Isaac.
games where he's bench players. Josh, why are you shaking? Why?
No, just allow me to to correct you on that misnomer that
Okay,
the
please do.
media is peddling.
Yeah.
United has not spent 616 million pounds under
You're
Ten
going
Hag.
to bring the net thing and all that and
No,
all
it
that,
has
Josh.
not. It has not. Do you know? Do you know what it takes for a player to meet what Sky Sports includes in that money? All the add-ons, as long as it's about United, all the add-ons are included. But these add-ons are up to 8.5 million, as in crazy monies. But the things that the conditions that have to be met for the add-ons to be included are so huge that sometimes players like Anthony Martial leave the club when they've never won a Ballon d'Or, and then we don't pay that add-ons. But then here you paint a picture that it is 616. That's all bullshit by Sky Sports to make you feel like oh,
I
the
don't have to
manager
watch
has
Sky
spent this
Sports.
amount of money, and it's Man United's money. I don't know why they are so concerned about it.
Yeah, I'm really. BBC says Amorim said at a news conference on Monday that he was expecting to be asked about Man United, but he was not prepared to talk about it.
Yeah, that's it.
Yep.
That's what I was telling you.
You're on
Though
Twitter, man.
BBC is also not what we read.
Man, you don't give up easily. Isaac, players get injured while playing, not before the game. Well, under Man United, rather under Eric Ten Hag, as Josh said last season, even before the game, they would get injured. So we don't know whose fault it was. Although, yeah, they've improved a bit this season. Let me see. Yeah, Josh, as I was saying earlier, Victor, I would love that kid to come. Anyway, he's not a kid; he's 26 years old. Victor
Gyökeres.
Gyökeres. I would love him to come
Mm.
at United. He would be a great addition. He would be very good, but I don't know if that is going to
We shall
happen.
keep bringing in players because this is Man United. We shall keep bringing in players. We shall keep making pundits scratch their heads and get very angry because of the money that we've spent. We have it. And we are building. We are coming.
I like the confidence, Josh. I like the
Yeah, but
confidence.
me, I don't understand how you would think that Man United would not do everything in its power to win football matches. That's why I'm always very confident about Man United, even when we are in a very tight situation. I mean, it is difficult, but I know that just because we are Manchester United, we shall get out.
Well, let's wait and see. Let's wait and see, Josh. Let's wait and see. As I was saying, Josh, which players are you worried for in case Robin takes the I mean the wheel as a new Man United manager? Which players do you think might find
The
it so
likes
easy
of the
for them?
Maguires, the Lindelofs, those ones that we are trying to write off as a football club, those
Mm.
are the ones that I will worry about. But when I look at Dallo and Mazraoui, perfect wing backs for him.
How
When
about
I look
Malasia?
at
Even when he's
when
fit.
yeah, even Malasia is perfect to play as a wing back. And when I look at Lisandro Martinez and Delict and Lenny Yoro at
Harry
the back,
Amas, I think
very good.
yeah, he would
When
be
I
promising.
look
I
at
think he would make a great
when
impact. He would play him.
yeah, as a wing back, he would be good because he has cover in the back three. You see,
Mm.
yeah, so he's good going forward, and he has good whips. He has good crosses on him.
Well, and
Then
I think Onana is
the
safe.
central
Onana is
midfield.
safe.
I know when the season is over, we shall be able to get two midfielders or a midfielder at least to
Ugarte should
replace
be happy.
either Eriksen or Casemiro. So I mean, but we are okay. We are okay. It's just that I want to prepare you not to think that we are going to win the league.
Mm.
Not to fire Amorim at the first turn, even if even if we finish above Arsenal this season, and the next season things are not good for him. I mean, just be patient.
Would you?
Just
Why do you
wait.
always speak on Arsenal? There are very many teams. There's Man
No,
City.
because
There's Liverpool.
Arsenal is the big team.
Really?
Arsenal is the bigger team. As in Bar, Liverpool, and Man City. If you're
Yeah.
finishing third, then it is Arsenal.
Now, okay, Judge, who is Arsenal? Are you talking overall? Yes, but I mean currently, if there's any team that anyone should be looking to in the Premier League to compete against is Man City.
Is Liverpool, because Liverpool is on top of the league.
No, it's Man
Oh,
City on
it's
top of
Man
the
City
league.
now. Yeah, then it's Man City. It's
Mm.
on top of the league. But I mentioned third.
Mm-hmm.
I mentioned to finish above Arsenal because I was looking at third.
So you're looking at the third position already,
Yeah, I
and you think,
was even under Eric Ten Hag.
yeah, that was very wrong, Josh. That
I
you did.
was. I was. It wasn't. It
That's very
wasn't. The
very
boy,
wrong.
he just walked out early, but he wasn't.
That was very wrong. I think that was too early for you to think of that. Very very early. Yeah, Josh, we're still looking at players. Joshua Zakzi, Rasmus Holland, and Amorim. Do you think they would prosper? Do you think they'll turn out to be, I mean, good players? Because
Yeah.
and
Rasmus
by the
Højlund is a top
Zaxi
guy.
is good
Have you seen? Have you
playing
seen
as a
the?
10.
Have you seen the two games that Rasmus Højlund has played for United so far from the start?
Yep. I was
Very
also
good
happy
guy.
that I was also happy that
Very
they
good
managed to
guy.
play together over the weekend. Joshua Zaxi
Me,
on the pitch and Rasmus. It's something that I
why?
wanted to see. Well, you saw a
Oh,
goal came through. Yeah, it's something that I wanted to see.
yeah.
After all, we had
But
Mr. Experimenting.
for me, I'm not like
The
you. I
Mr.
know you. Every toy that you have, you just want your toys. But for me, I just want to play with the right toys. I don't
Uh,
want to just have many of them around me. So I mean, in a game, if you chose to go with Joshua Zaxi, I would be comfortable with that. I wouldn't say that. Why haven't you brought on Rasmus Højlund?
man, you've really put up to. You've had me in the section today. You've not. You didn't allow me breathe. But yeah, once again, guys, thank you so much for tuning in, guys. Please subscribe, turn on the notification. Josh and Isaac. Yeah, that was it about Ruben Amorim. I hope he comes through. I hope we seal him. I hope he becomes the new Man United manager because I want to start winning games. I'm tired of the 14th position. I'm tired of being out of the top 10. I want to see Man United get back into the top 4 and competing for the title. Hopefully, as Josh
But
said, if we go into
Eric Tenag was
the
top
international
four.
break,
So
Josh,
you should beg
please,
Amorim for
please,
more,
please, no more,
winning the title.
no more Ten Hag. Ten Hag, we love you. Thank you for the 2 trophies you got us. But wherever you are, cheers, and we wish you the best. Once again, Sports Jazz guys, thank you so much. Subscribe, turn on the notifications. Josh,
So
as I was saying before you interrupted
our
me,
interim
I
manager,
want to see United back in the top 4, and not only in the top 4, but also competing for the top position, that is winning the Premier League.
you just don't know. We were going to win the Europa League this season, but
Yo,
now we have a
we
better
love you
chance.
all. Signing out, Josh and
Ruud van
Isaac.
Nistelrooy, our interim manager, will be in charge of the game against Leicester City on Wednesday.
Yeah.
And I do think that he will manage the game against Chelsea, even when Amorim comes in, because if Amorim comes in, he might just be in the stands. His methods are too intricate for guys to pick on. Maybe just the presence, and he's not one who has too much presence. He doesn't come with
One thing I like about Ruud van
the
Nistelrooy,
biggest of reputations.
I would like him to concentrate on the strikers. I mean, I don't know whether he'll stay but I do not see him staying. I do not
Why
see him
wouldn't he
staying.
stay?
If Ruben Amorim comes, I don't see him. But yeah, he's very good. Scored 150 goals for Man United. I mean, as a striker, only Man United. I'm just saying. So with him concentrating and giving more time on the
Yo.
strikers, concentrating on the strikers, it will be good for players like Joshua Zaxi. You saw how much he was very happy when Rasmus Holland scored. You remember the kid in which game was it, Josh? I think it was in the preseason when that kid scored. I'm forgetting the name, and he was overjoyed, overjoyed. Yeah, he won the league with he won the league with PSV. So I mean, if they leave him as the interim manager, it's not so bad. It's good, but overall, I'd love him to see step aside. But yes, he will be the manager. I think that is tomorrow because it's already past midnight. Playing Leicester City, and I hope he wins. I hope he makes a statement because if he doesn't, Josh, it's going to be very sad.
I just hope we score like 8.
Thank you so much for tuning in, everyone. Sports Jazz, Josh, and Isaac. It's been a pleasure, man. Do not forget to subscribe, turn on the notifications. We love you all, and we are signing out. Sports Jazz.